I want to kind of navigate how we got here, because a lot of people, and I'm watching all the bloggers from other states and cities that think they have this story of why, this happened and this happened, and they just don't know the history. And even we, in real life, when we first got MO3, we kind of followed the whole thing to where there's times that we want to stay out of it. There's times where we were in it a little, maybe too much. Sometimes we should have been in it and we didn't get in it. So if you don't mind, because people want to know, like, how did it even get to this point? Right.
And we want to be able to ask some real questions that you could probably answer now.
I had Twisted Black do the song. I tried to explain it. Right now, I got a movie in the making right now, but it's two people that started the whole war. It's one person really that started the whole war from Fort Worth to Dallas, and let's go Yayo.
Yeah.
You know, Yayo started a whole lot of drama that night in Fort Worth. MO3 would never been into it with Yellow or Freddie if Yayo went down there doing that Pick 6 song. Sean Cotton came and asked MO3, was he mad about being on the Pick 6 song? Which if I was there, I would have told Sean, hell no. We even asked it. A lot of questions Sean used to ask 3, I was there. Like, hell no.
Do you feel like that question was gonna provoke 3 to react?
They did it. When he asked that question, no, 3 was just being himself. No. He didn't match that song.
I mean, his laugh was a little...
his laugh was his laugh.
Yeah.
But it was like, nah, like, that song didn't match. Why would he want to be on that song with Yayo? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, like, you mad about being on that song now? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a question to ask at the time, because sometimes the bloggers and the people will change up the narrative shit. Man, them people wanted to see them beef. Do what y'all wanted.
Right.
Y'all wanted that. Y'all don't be sad or be mad or be the world wanted that shit.
How much effect does real life street stars have on this whole thing? Do you think that do you blame us?
Roy Lee interview.
Right.
Mo3 never came over here talking no shit about them on this platform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was because it was basically like a North Dallas, you know what I'm saying? That's it. But the Roy Lee interview, Roy Lee just spoke the truth. Some people deep down inside they have like insecurities. And you never know what a person's insecurity is. You know what I'm saying? But Yellow insecurity was people thinking he wasn't a gangster.
Do you sure? And I don't want to question the gangsterism, but what Roy Lee did when he came on the platform was he was questioning, why are people so upset that Mo3 was raised in McKinney and moved to North Dallas at a young age? Why did we say he's not from Dallas? And then he said Yella Beezy ain't from where he's from.
Yeah.
What school did he go to? Where did he beat on the tables? He was being a comedian, but it sounded a little...
That's what I'm saying. Yellow was insecure about not being a gangster, not being hard. People at a small mind, and they was young at the time, they care about where you from because it make them feel tougher than what they is. I used to do that. I used to claim Oak Cliff when I was really in City Hill. I stayed in Oak Cliff when I was first, third grade. Now I moved to City Hill. I'm a City Hill nigga. But I wanted to say Oak Cliff. My granny stayed in Oak Cliff. I'm from Oak Cliff. Man, I wasn't from no goddamn Oak Cliff. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, some people want to have that hood background on them. I mean, that's what Yellow want.
Couldn't we say the same about Mo3 though? Some of his actions were overly gangster and like bullying almost.
Nah, he was just himself. I don't know if y'all been around the penitentiary people. They are aggressive. You know what I'm saying? They not trying to ever bully nobody.
I'm really speaking more so about the situation like with D-Real. That seemed very...
No, he was talking to D-Real. Sean G told him sit down. 3 wasn't saying nothing aggressive. Hey, y'all, I'm sitting here at Big T, and this the person that was had my CDs. Sold my CD. How you feel about that? You been running my name on the book. Oh, let me talk. Sean, let him talk. He stand up. Sit your ass down. 3 didn't do nothing. That was Sean telling him sit down. When have 3 ever been extra bully? How can a 5'2", 5'3" person be bully?
That's what I'm gonna ask. Do you feel like 3 had a Napoleon complex? Like,
nah, he was solid, bro. I gotta understand it. Like that nigga was a solid nigga. Like, you know what I mean? People told him 1,000 things about me or 1,000 things about people around, and he still wouldn't switch. It's just like y'all. You know what I mean? You know how many times he gave y'all first interviews?
Yeah, nah, facts.
Before it was cool to do interviews.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? That nigga was solid, so you know.
Now, mind you, when he was rapping with under Puka Leroy and the Money Mob, he was really like, he was a demon back then. He was really like, he had a lot to prove before, during that time frame. Yeah. And I felt after, of course, Hold Your Tongue, he never quite let go of that mentality of having a lot to prove, even back when he was with Puka Leroy, as far as just some of the things he was doing, just to show like he's really that real. Where you're supposed to kind of let that go as you're finding fame. Do you feel like Yella had the same thing where you're supposed to let that gangster stuff go? Or
I believe 3 made Yella a gangster. 3 made him a gangster. Because you can't switch gangster on and gangster off. You can't sit there and do something and just be like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I ain't gonna rap. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I ain't gonna rap about it. I ain't gonna do nothing about it. If the table would turn and Yella died, I'd be sitting there and tell 3, shut the fuck up. He'll be saying fuck him and this and that. He don't care about no comments, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it gotta be in you. You can see the look on people on his face is worried. 3 would never be worried about no shit like that. It got to be in you. But something like I told people, the devil will trick you, will give you the tools to destroy yourself. I watched another big rapper out of Dallas this weekend in South by Southwest, and I watched him. I looked at him in his eyes, and he wanted to prove to me he a gangster so bad. And I kept tapping him on the shoulder and said, bro, listen, you ain't got to go down that route. I already seen where it take you. He want to prove to me. I'm looking at all the niggas around him. They look like a Navarro football team. None of them had tattoos on it. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to understand it. But sometimes it's like that power will make you believe you something you're not.
Can you speak on the rapper's name?
Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that.
Right.
But I ain't gonna do it like that. But the power will make you believe something that you're not. And that you don't want to be. I mean, that you believe you are until shit hit the fan. When that shit hit the fan and you not built for that, you have a hard time.
Yeah. I would say, is it power or is it because, and it might be considered power, but when you're pushed to the forefront of a clique of people, it's almost like a war. Like if you're the front line, they expect you to jump first, even though it's really not in you. They expect you to be like, yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, but the power will do the money, the power and respect. You understand what I'm saying? Man, you ever seen a nigga who finally get some power, he left his baby mamas?
So
you know what I'm saying? You start doing shit that you don't never do because you ain't never had that power. Charleston White, he got the power in destroying himself. Charleston was an activist. Charleston was this. That power made Charleston sit there in front of that camera and say, fuck that baby. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm a witness of it. I love my mama to death and my family to death, and that power and that money made me cuss out my mama before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I understand it's like you unstoppable. Then you go in your bank account, you got $1 million, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. You can go fuck any bitch you want to fuck. Nigga, bitch, give you some little money.
Can't nobody tell you nothing.
Nobody can tell you shit. You wake up anytime you want. You can get up, jump in as many cars you want. That power will make you think you untouchable. You could be the weeniest nigga with some power. Send them. 20,000 right here, send them.
So And let's walk through this because, Roy Lee did come on our platform, and I'm not going to lie to you, he did interviews that we never even put out about that because it stopped becoming unfunny. And then Roy Lee was kind of upset because the situation in the club, he just really wanted his lick back. He wanted a fight that never happened. People are saying that Mo3 was Roy Lee's best friend. And can you clear up, because I think you had a closer relationship with Roy Lee than 3 at first.
Nah, the whole time.
The whole time.
I brought them together.
Right.
I had a close relationship with Roy Lee. I talked to Roy Lee every day. We talked on the phone every morning, all day long. I watched him grow as a person. I asked 3 one time, and we were riding back from Austin. And I said, do you feel like you got Roy Lee killed? Do you feel like that's on your hands? He was like, nah. I know it was, though. Roy Lee was taking up for 3. He was the only voice to take up for him, with the voice that meant something to take up for him. So, that what hurt me the most is Roy Lee was an innocent person who he died for nothing over a fight. Like, from all his kids over there, and they celebrating, talking about Mo3 is my nigga. But I got to think about Roy Lee. I got to think about Bubba. Bubba was 18, 19 years old in between this whole war. The city let him do it. It's the 97.9, K104, all the DJs, the promoters. Like, if I can get on the phone with Yellow right there and I'm gonna say, this nigga sit there and told me this and told this about you and went over there, or when you was at that club, DG's, somebody's son was calling around saying he was up here. You remember you left? You remember this? You remember that? These people was calling, telling me this and that, telling us this and that, calling Mo3. They said this, they said this. It's them city ass, it's the city ass. There ain't nobody stopped in between and said, no. Everybody in power let that little girl get killed with Lil Running. Because they never stopped in between and said, put their life on the line to stop the shit.
Yeah, and again, I think this is my first time even saying this, but so I recorded a video on 97.9 where Jay Cruz and what's her name, Vita Loca was talking about it. Like, they know all Mo3 songs, but I just recorded it. And I think 3 used it, or I don't know if it's your decision to use that clip I recorded on 221 at the beginning, where 3's waking up. And you have this radio station talking about how there's this war, and Vita Loca's like, I don't want to see no one get killed. And I'm like, they have the power and the money, the resources to intervene and say, let's make sure something happens to where we can get. I know people say it's too far gone, but with enough money, or enough resource, enough power, enough influence, something could have happened. Do you feel the city had more of an obligation to step in when there's a natural personal beef, let's just say?
Man, they ain't tried to. 97.9, they did some goofy shit yesterday and posted Yellow went to jail for murder. Y'all was playing all the songs he was dissing them on. Y'all influenced it. Y'all was playing all his diss records and said y'all wasn't playing none of Mo3 songs. Y'all did it. Y'all got bloods on y'all hands too. Nigga, even after Mo3 died, I'm still telling them, man, y'all gonna still turn and keep on playing. They still, whatever he got, they playing it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I bet D-Young won't come out with that song. Don't switch up now. That's y'all nigga. Stay right there. Don't switch up now. That's y'all nigga. Baby, keep doing what you was doing. Put them in the get home safe shirt. Come on. That's y'all nigga. Don't stop it now. Don't detach yourselves. Stay over there.
Now, let's speak on it, because you said you really believe there was over some jealous baby daddy stuff. And mind you, and I let them speak for themselves, I thought it was the same thing. I never thought it was anything bigger than a jealous baby daddy. when you wake up and you saw the news come down, mind you, this is almost 5 years ago now. That means, of course, and we'll speak on that, means something happened for them to make this move. What was your surprise level to see what it is? Did you believe it at first when the news came in? And how did you hear about it? What site did you see it?
So Player.
Someone call you. Okay, So
Player, the reason why it hit the internet.
Yeah, okay, shout out to Player.
So Player knew 20 minutes, and I was on the phone with him. He said, bro, I just got some news. I said, what? He said, I'm not going to tell you because I want to be the first. And I said, what? He said, Yellow just went to jail for murder. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah. He's like, I think it's for Bubba. And then I read it like, dang, like, after it come on. So I started calling around, and then I stopped. I said, Lodiz is probably doing this shit. So he went in there for tickets and tried to make me look crazy. I'm up here calling all these people. So I went back and called all 40 people, said, nah, it's for tickets. And then they sent me the paperwork like, damn, this nigga there, you, man. But, I always thought it wasn't for a jealous baby daddy, but I know how insecure he was. So I know how insecure they are about being a gangster. Like, people want to glorify that shit. So I kept saying it's a jealous baby daddy because I wanted somebody to come out and say, and I started getting phone calls like, Oak Cliff niggas were calling around saying, man, tell Rainwater, shut this bitch ass up. You know it was a bag. Like, they was calling, trying to explain they was gangster. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept on doing it. You know how in school you see a nigga like, man, you ain't shit. I bet you won't do this, bet you won't do that. And then you watch him crash out. I was just wanting somebody to speak up and crash out. And at the beginning, Yellow guy blamed Freddie.
Why you say that?
You see the look on his face when he asked him, you want to go look at some gangster, you want to hear some gangster music? And he played that diss song, and then Freddie kept on with them diss songs. He kept on, and Yellow probably look over there like, man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
We got to play it all back in our head how now, with this coming out, how everything happened from the moment it happened up until technically now. You got to look at mannerisms. You got to look at, you got to look at everything.
Now, they was happy at first. I would be happy too. Man,
there was a,
you got this big gorilla on y'all back. He made it hard for niggas to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, like, man, 3, hell no.
When people say 3 wasn't really sliding, what do you say to that?
Man, that nigga 3, I don't know. Yeah, 3 was a fool. That nigga was a monster. He'd get on them tracks and just slide. He'd get on them tracks and just slide on that track. Yeah, well, that nigga there rap his ass off.
Do you feel like people saying justice for Mo3 is a valid statement?
Nah, hell nah. Hell nah. Because I mean, as grown men is doing what they wanted to do.
Right.
Like, the devil, like I said, the devil give you the tools to destroy yourself. Mm-hmm. These people had as much powers on top of the world, and they go for Mo3 too. You don't get no sympathy neither. Y'all was on top of the world and went to war. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, literally went to war. This shit, nigga, this shit was more deadlier than Biggie and Pac. You know what I'm saying? So it's vice versa though. I can't be biased, sir. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I said that about Lil Running. Can't be biased, can't say, because them type of people wanted that shit. They wanted their image. You know what I'm saying?
You said it was 2 people that really started this.
Right.
So you said...
Yayo number 1.
Who's the second?
It's a bitch. It's a bitch.
Money Mine?
Yeah. Yeah, she started everything. She probably will get picked up next. She started everything.
Is D Hair Boutique, she gonna get picked up?
Huh? Say it again?
D Hair Boutique, which is...
Nah, why D go get put up?
Money's on money, man. I don't know.
Nah, D
So,
let me say D and 3 stayed in the same apartments when 3 and Yella first met each other.
yeah, they had a back and forth, I remember.
And it was a bet. Who fuck her first? And
That's a real thing.
yeah, you got a girl with a bunch of foreigners downstairs and 1 child in the condo and, you know, big ass. And Yella won. But they was, D didn't start running, talking and getting involved in it to after they started getting into it.
Yeah.
Yella never said a word. She was making posts like, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can't give it to him. He never talked.
He never said a word.
Like he
They wanted it.
yeah, he wanted, yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
He talked more about Boosie than he talked about
Yeah,
3.
I think he was more hurt about that. But he never talked like,
He said keep it in the streets.
yeah, we said. Yeah,
He did keep it in the streets.
no, he did. He did. A little bit. Because on that, y'all got to forget it, on that album, my brother's keeper, they was dissing a lot.
So, the whole
You know what I'm
album was
saying?
the whole-
Yeah. But that's where Freddie come in there. You know what I'm saying? That's when Freddie come in. Since Freddie got out the feds, there's a lot of people been going to the feds.
So, and I'm gonna come back to that, but
Stay there.
all right, let's stay right there.
Okay, who?
Huh?
Who went to the Fed since Freddie got out?
The whole South Dallas shit got.
Man, nigga, what?
Yeah,
They had your guy over there. They put, bro. I don't think you could blame that on Freddie, bro. That shit look crazy over there.
Yeah, I think you're saying the coincidence. It's a coincidence that he got out.
Nah,
bro, you can't put that on Freddie. That shit look. They got.
And you do 8 months on a gun charge as a felon. You do 7 months on a gun charge as a convicted felon. You ain't never been heard in this ever. Ain't never been heard. Yeah, niggas talk. You do a lot of talking.
No,
I know it.
I just
know
don't.
it. Huh?
You talk about he blaming Freddie. Who he told on?
No, I never say he told on nobody, but sometimes that energy.
I mean,
listen, sometimes that energy when you go around. So you got to do that. You got to, I don't know if you understand. You got to do that they been wanting to get. But you can't get them. They listen to every phone call. Take a picture everywhere you go. Listen closely to that boy. He might go over here to these people over here doing this and doing that. And okay, why is he going over here? We locked in on them now. We locked in on them now. They locked in every situation all the way around.
I mean, you can see South Dallas from space, though.
I mean, nah. Listen.
There's a lot of people. There's people a lot bigger than Freddie.
Listen. Listen, KFI. They was recording there. Yes, come on. Let's think about it.
You know, it's funny because I always said when it comes to when the cases actually go to trial, we'll know more.
Yeah. I mean, what case? This Yellow case?
Yellow case, KF. Well, I don't know about the case. I think they might have caught pleas, but any case that has to deal with anything, even with 3, they never had a trial. So it brings me to the Kawan White guy. When you read the indictment on Yella, it says that phone calls were made either around the day or day of to this Kawan White guy, and of course a promise to pay in US dollars for a deletion of Melvin Noble, which is Mo3. And it says this just so blatantly, like you would think like there's no way that someone with this kind of money would do something that stupid, I guess you could say. And it's a curiosity if maybe the Kawan White guy who got caught up in there, he's been in there almost 5 years now, maybe he just started making things up. Maybe he's just like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of seeing everybody else. Maybe he just making things up to give the police something.
Yeah, they ain't finna arrest you for making something up.
This is the state though. They ain't feds.
I understand that, but this is the state of Texas. They got the resources just like the feds. Man, y'all must ain't met Officer Barnes.
I have not met Officer Barnes.
Officer Barnes will make a grown man cry and tell everything he know. Officer Barnes' track record in the city of Dallas, that's what all of them get locked up over.
Will he make a grown man cry and say the truth? Or will be coerced?
No, everything he know. Listen, Officer Barnes comes, you gone. He the one took the NFL boys now. He the one took the the stretch gang down. When he coming. And so ain't nothing wrong. And I look at, Yella didn't understand. And that's why I feel bad for him a little bit, but I don't feel bad because you made decisions that you decided to make. But he didn't understand. At our lawsuit trial, that was his pre-murder trial. He didn't see what was going on. You got the federal police is in the back. You don't even know who these people is. I know who they are. You don't know who these people is. You got this judge who, when you looking for education, Washington, D.C., a federal school that they assigned us to. You got you see, he didn't never know. He walk in late. He not understanding what's going on. He got a lawyer like that. So some of the questions they was asking him, like, and they just seeing his demeanor. You see what I'm saying? And so after talking to him, you know, I realized he wasn't as smart as I thought he was. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, they come from, man, you can't change a gangster to be a square, but you can change a square to stay on the square level and not be a gangster. Like, that nigga should be huge with pop songs, with this, with that. He lowered his standards to come back here to try to be a gangster here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was up here.
All he had to do was just talk about the women, and they would.
That's it. But he lowered his standards to be the top dog here, and it fucked him. Like, literally, it fucked him. And so, you know, man, it's a fucked up situation though. Like, I hate it because, like, people are posting getting entertained by shit I lived. The people around, man, those my people. Like, you know, they posting this person, and they were making it entertaining about the situation. They're like, damn, like, I watched it unfold.
Do you think Mo3 would have got some charges if he was still alive?
Yeah, I mean, Mo3 didn't tell nobody's business.
Right.
So we never knew what Mo3 had going on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just call him and don't answer.
He'll call in the middle of the night and like 4 in the morning, what's up? I just laughing. Bitch, get up. I ain't no time I'm hanging up, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like he never told nobody his business. That's the difference. Like, nobody knew what he had going on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he actually said that in music. And he said that it's so eerie that he said that, you know, you guys have to pay people, and, you know, I do it myself.
He said, I do my own work. Do your homework.
Do your homework. And I'm like,
he said, I might pop up and say peekaboo. They'll get pancake. It being safe. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. He kept me out of his business for sure. He kept me out of his business because, you know, I was a square one. I was a scary one.
Very, very sad situation to see, especially to see how much talent came up out the Texas/Dallas area, from Go Yayo, Trap Boy Freddy, Yellow Beezy, to Mo3, even Charleston White and Sean Cotton. And don't forget G Lil Ronnie. You know, all these people came and they could have did so much more. But what did they get out of it? A bunch of drama, kids that now don't have their father in their life. To see all that potential just, you know, thrown away. And like Charleston White says, you know, we normally go against each other. We normally attack each other, compete with one another. Imagine if all those people would have came together. This all stemmed from jealousy, envy. When, you know, if they would have came together with love, they could have took over the music industry, and they'd be taking over YouTube right now. But I really enjoyed the interview. Shouts out to Rainwater. And he made a couple great points. He said the devil will give you the tool to destroy yourself. That definitely was a gem. And I like the example he brought up with Charleston White. You know, that power will have you thinking you're untouchable. And it's so true. You know, whether we see Charleston as right or wrong, you know, he's chasing the money, he's chasing the powers. And another thing that Rainwater highlighted that stuck out to me is when he said, you know, you never know what someone's insecurities are. And that's so true. And by the time you figure out what those insecurities are, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a positive thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. We out.